Okay, I'm live. Hi, Dina. Thanks for dropping by. Um, just give this a few minutes. Um, See if anybody else pops in. And for anybody, I'll get started a little bit. For anybody who comes back into replay, I was contacted privately by a local of the Dayton, Ohio area. She's a subscriber also of mine that a child has gone missing, and it has been a week, and there is no sign of this child. And they reached out and asked if I would be interested and comfortable to be able to do a reading. And I haven't done a investigative tarot in a while. And just to start out, for people who don't know who I am, I do. I have read on occasion in the past true crime, missing children, adults, and no money is involved, no money is asked. On occasion, there is a donation, but it's not required. These readings are to give the victims, their families, a voice, any information if they should come across it. It's some small way for me to try to help get back to the community, especially when children are involved, um, in ways that I'm able to. I know some people may see this as a salacious way of um, getting subscribers, um, and it's not. This is me. I get nothing. Do I have a picture of Lucas? Yes. So I'm just doing this little bit of a disclaimer. I have to put entertainment purposes only. That's something that YouTube, I have to do, I guess, for YouTube. But I have had to do for YouTube. Um, and and I hate having to say that because looking into a missing child is not entertainment. But I guess because of um, propriety laws or I don't know. But right now, someone reached out to me this evening, and I just felt compelled to do it. So, Dina and Isadora. So I just want to make sure I got that out. That this is not for salacious. I have not been contacted by the family. Um, this is I was asked by a member of the community, and they're very respectful for this. They're a subscriber as well. Um, and so we will be reading on, and I'll try to make sure that I don't. And this picture is only going to be up briefly because I don't want to. Someone just, you know, and this video won't be up for very long. It'll be up for a few days, and then that'll be it. So this is the young child. His name is Lucas Rosales. The Dayton Police Department information is in the scroll. If anybody who sees this video may, know the family, may recognize the face, may know what's going on, please call this number immediately. Um, I have to, I've gotten quite a bit of information from the Dayton community member. I'm just withholding their name um, in case you would prefer that I, not mention. Um, so it's been a week. Lucas is 7 years old. Um, Here, let me just try to get some basic information. So he was on a fishing trip. Um, I'm not sure if he was with his father. I'm assuming his mother is not in the child's life. A GoFundMe was started by her. I have seen postings on the Facebook page helping to support, um, you know, the family, stating that the father's not asking for money, just wants to know what happened to his child. So if you see a GoFundMe Please research ahead. But from what I saw in this post, it was a bit of a money grab because the mother's not in the child's life. There is, from what I could gather, allegedly some drug addiction issues with the mother. Um, so, as far as I know, um, it's the father and the father's immediate family who's asking um, for help. Um, so, he disappeared on April 29th um, on a fishing trip. The father's name is Augustine. And there were some things that were given to me. I'm trying to avoid it because I don't want to affect too much. But there have been certain what people might think is a sign, but I'm just going to not read into that. And what happened was the day that young Lucas disappeared, it started raining that night, and the police called off the search because it was lightly raining. So automatically, it's like I have an issue with that. A child is missing. Um, Apparently, they drained the lake where the child had been fishing. There was allegedly a scream that was heard, but just because something's lightly raining and you give up, it's awful. They're claiming that there's no evidence that there was an abduction, so there was no even Amber Alert put out for this child. Um, I will retain my comments to myself about how I feel about that and what I read into there because right now it's not what I feel about the part. It's the young child. Um, I'm just looking down here. There have been other readings. If anybody wants to check out that Facebook page, it's called Finding Lucas Rosales. Um, and from what I've seen, I haven't watched any of the videos, but it seems that people have been respectful and they are very concerned and they are wanting to try to rally the community to help find this young man. I call him young man, this child, this young man, this little guy. Um, I'm just looking here. Apparently, the mother is now missing, but we're focusing on the child. And people who come in, I will show his picture again, but also just know that it was shown in the beginning. And let's see. Now, the person who notified me about this case is going to be in chat probably. Well, do I have permission to let people know you're the one that reached out to me? I can see you. Um, so volunteers have been searching because the police decided to call it off. Police have been searching with drones and everything apparently, and the first night was called up because of light rain. I mean, give me a fucking break. Excuse my language, but I'm sorry. When it comes to kids, you don't mess like this. Um, I miss Tarot D. Yeah. Um, I'm just making sure that I have all the information. Um, there's not too much to go on. There is concern. Okay, so some of the information is his sister said she heard a splash and a scream and he was gone. So I guess he was fishing at least with his sister. I don't know if he was with his father. I'm assuming possibly. And the place where they had been fishing was a pond and it was emptied and there was no sign of him. And so the police decided to call it off. Didn't even do an Amber Alert. Some are concerned about, of course, and I'm not monetized, so I'm not gonna, censor myself. but there is concern about child sex ring. I mean, we have all of them in our communities. It's an um, unfortunate. It's disgusting. It's unfortunate that we do have. Yes. Okay. So, um, Michelle, it's okay. I'm assuming because you're giving information. Um, okay. So I believe I have. I'm not going to be on too long because yeah, no Ambler alert, Dina, because there was no sign of abduction. So it won't be on long because I don't have a lot of information. Um, Michelle, if you think of anything else, um, and anybody too in chat who have cards, who have their intuition, if you feel, I just do these because I never know who's going to come across them. Um, Possibly reading might get the energy to help things move. I don't know, but for me, I find this very rewarding, um, and important than necessarily a political um, read, especially when there's children involved. Um, so I'm just going to kind of get an energy for Lucas, and just really quick for people coming in. Um, Show you the picture of the young man. That's the young boy right there. Okay. Public place. Clover. In a building. Okay, I'm already getting. I know it was a pond. Something hidden. Okay. An anchor. Messages. Okay. Let me see here. It's been a while. No luck. Okay. So I am getting automatically. One of the decks that I was drawn to use is the Healing Light Lenormand by Christopher Butler. Immediately, I'm getting. I got a public place. So apparently, this is something that it was a place, a pond, where Michelle. I'm assuming people go to fish. It's like a regular place to fish. Um, I am getting also Clover, and Clover is supposed to be a good luck card. Um, but for me, that doesn't always mean good luck in a good way. Um, and then I got a building, like to me, this almost feels like something to do with home. I know it's kind of a big home, possibly a public building. I'm going to be using a couple different decks, so this was at a public park. Okay. Um, I also got the moon, which is things coming to light, things kind of being hidden, but trying to do something within the shadows. The moon is also very much intuition, so it's kind of it's trying to shut that light, trying to reveal what's going on. I did get anchored, and I did get messages. Um, Anchored means something being held into place. I know you said that they drained the pond. Um, I'm just going to set those aside. And what I want to do is there is a child card because this is a Lenormand. What I want to do is look into where the um, the child card. Oh, that didn't take long. Okay, obstacles, child. Okay, so I do have. I feel like he has been moved. The ship is, movement, travel, um, and of course there's the water too. And I know you said that there was a river. Hi, Serena. Um, there is a river, but it's feeling like there's movement. I'm getting an obstacle. Then the child card. I got a book. Now these books could, to me, is kind of like, for this one here, he's using an atlas book, but for me, the books are kind of being like keeping records, keeping information. Things are things are being recorded down. And then I got a mail card. Um, and then I did get, now with the mail card too, that doesn't necessarily mean, for me, this feels like it could also be the person who's involved with the taking of the child. And allegedly, again, YouTube for entertainment purposes only. I hate having to say that, but I also got a letter. So some sort of information. He's going to receive a message. Some message is going to be received. Um, Let me see what the remaining cards were. Key, bouquet, and I got the bear. Um, Mother energy. I hope mother didn't have something to do with this. Um, but I feel like he's going to receive information. It's going to be like a tip, maybe a text, a letter. This is communication. He's going to have the key. Um, and then, of course, the bouquet will be, you know, to be resolving where what has, it's going to be like a celebration, but not, I don't know if it necessarily is going to be a good celebration. I mean, right off the bat, I'm not feeling good. And again, by the water, a bear. I'm not saying it's a bear, but the bear represents like strength, courage, but also very maternal energy. Um, so we're going to set these cards aside now. Um, I'm going to check the chat really quick just to see if, yeah, Dina, a week after though. I mean, within the first 48 hours is the most crucial, because by then there's enough alerts out on the highways, the expressways, all over, alerting people, you know, usually that 2 day window. I mean, the first 24, I mean, yeah, it's just, they could, but actually, Isadora, they called things off already. So, the miles down the river. Okay, so I saw the boat, there was the water. So I'm feeling like he was moved. They had the obstacle and we had the child, and the child was, standing by the water too in that card. Um, yeah, I've seen a couple of their pictures. Dina, he is sweet. Okay, so let me grab this deck. Um, let me let me just ask what happened to Lucas. Five of Pentacles. The Empress. There's the mother energy again. Okay, so the mother. Now, this is alleged. She has not been charged with anything. I don't know if she is considered a suspect. This is just by what I'm seeing in the cards and what basic information I have. From what I understand, the mother has been non-existent in Lucas's life. from what people have shared with information in the page group, she may have an addiction problem. There was a GoFundMe that flags were being thrown on, um, that she might have been just doing the GoFundMe to help money for her habit. Right now, I'm feeling like that's very much possible. Here, the Five of Pentacles. It's the typically in the tarot where you see the two people huddled outside the cold church. They're destitute, they're poor. Um, there's hope behind them, but it has to do with like poverty, and with it being the mother. I also got the Empress mother energy, and then I got the Ten of Pentacles, which is typically like a celebration card of abundance. But in this card, if you see that there's a little bit more of it's money, it's an abundance of money. But if you look to the water in this card is red. So for me, I'm not liking these cards already. I'm going to ask for some clarifiers on these cards. Well, let me. Okay. And I got the King of Pentacles. Let me set that aside. Yeah, some clarification on these three cards. Seven of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Balancing act. Nine of Pentacles. Just getting a lot of feminine energy. The Seven of Swords. Almost kind of like... Seven of Swords is, is holding your ground, standing your ground, being being defensive. I don't do reversals. So you can see this is kind of like that kind of like defensive mode. As I just hope the media at least picked up on this. I hope so too. Two of Pentacles, TikTok, time, balancing act. What am I going to do? Juggling, not just finances, but what am I going to do? Kind of. I'm getting lots of pentacles, things to do with money. Nine of Pentacles. So I'm just going to come out here. Let me put these cards back in here. I'm going to ask if the maternal mother was involved. Was Lucas's maternal, should I say biological mother, was she involved in his disappearance? Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, Michelle. I guess if the mother was involved. Nine of Wands. Ace of Cups. No, Ace of Cups. Now this for me, even though this is a tarot, I tend to read some of this too as oracle because of the non-traditional imagery that's used in these cards. So Ace of Cups, very emotional, very, overflowing, just kind of like, for me, it's just like, it's almost kind of like me kind of look at me in the Page of Wands. So I started with the Wands and I got, do I have the book here? This is one of the decks I was starting to study when I was before I got sick. What? Here. And there's the King of Pentacles again. So I'm feeling like, I don't know if the biological mother has a boyfriend or somebody that. That's where I keep getting the emotions to, is the mother, and there's the Ten of Pentacles again, with the blood and the water. That the wife, yeah. Pendulum says yes. Yes to what, Isadora? And there's the Five of Pentacles again. So yeah. Now, Michelle, you said that the mother that were this cards is missing. I don't know. Let me just ask if Lucas's father, because we got cover two is Augustine, Lucas's father. Is he involved in any way with Lucas's disappearance? Sorry, the mother. No, the father isn't. Look at that, Six of Cups. So sad. Just absolutely depression, sadness. Well, Six of Cups is supposed to be like a celebration, like emotional, but as you can see with these cards, just that very sad, very King of Swords, Page of Swords. I don't know, he's very analytical. King of Swords. King of Swords, they like to rule with logic, so he's very logical. Then they got the Page of Swords, which typically, and let me just look. That was what I've been reading today. The police are saying police are going to look at a holder since Friday. It is hearsay since people are just talking about it, but it could be. God. Here. I'm just going to ask for clarification on the Page of Swords. Because Page of Swords is usually someone who's got something to prove. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, God. Here comes the feminine again. Let me ask, is that's the belief. Well, that's the alleged belief, Dina. Is Lucas alive? Is Lucas Rosales alive? I'm getting water. The star. The wheel. I asked if Lucas was alive. I got the Nine of Cups. And there's again, this is a very feminine based deck too, but the Nine of Cups. And I got the Star. Then I did get the Wheel of Fortune, the Fates. It's been a week. I ask what happened to him. Let me ask if Lucas is in spirit. Mother was originally involved. Still getting her nails done. Oh, jeez, what a piece of work. Says he's alive. Thank you, Isadora. And as you said that, and I read that, look at the star flew out again. I got the Empress card. I think the mother might know where he is. And then let me just finish shuffling this. And then the Nine of Pentacles again. The money. And it's like this. I keep getting like the mirror, like the vanity, you know. Okay, different. I'm going to use Scott's. I was hesitant on using Scott's cards because I didn't want people to be offended, me associating, doing a reading, because Scott's cards is based on his life on the farm with animals. And, but, I'm just feeling like Scott's cards could put some shed into it. Is Lucas going to be found? Will Lucas be found alive? Page of Cups, Summer. I think so. I got his Page of Cups, Summer. We are closing into summer. Um, Youth, dreamer, free spirit. So helpful. I think somebody may be helpful coming across, helping find him. Oh, jeez. Then I got heartbreak, loss, stuck, bad karma, broken, tossed aside, undone. That could be him. Betrayal, lies, abusive, false person, and conflicts. Right now, I'm feeling he is alive, but he needs to be found soon. This could possibly. Um, yeah, I know. I'm just going to ask if he was abducted. They said they heard that splash and then they heard a scream. And Michelle, you said people were turning in pictures of their cameras and didn't find anything. Sadness, pain, unloved. Poor child. Lazy. Sounds like the mother too. Divine feminine. There's the mother card again. The law, agencies, military. I just don't know why the police didn't want to. Well, somebody, not Dina, Michelle. So I was trying not to get influenced too much, but somebody had posted as I was flipping through the picture of a park, and then there was a yellow circle around something, an area. But you said everybody's covered that, though. That doesn't mean anything. Sometimes people will abduct an individual, and then when, you know, things have died down or at night or something, they'll go and they'll. Okay, actually, I think I'll. Oh, God, Michelle. I just had horrible. Because we've heard stories of moms who are addicted to drugs and they will use their children, you know, they'll, they'll sell them for drug money. I'm trying not to go there. It's very possible, Michelle. And I got travel over water proposal. I asked if he was being used in a sex type of sort of ring. And I got, even though it's a love card, Knight of Cups, still proposal over water, that kind of family man leader, King of Cups summer, educated. So there's money involved. Knight of Wands, traveler. There's the free spirit again. Jeez. Wish I had an extra. So many different possibilities of what could have happened. I'm just going to ask if the father knows or has a feeling of what happened. And again, I got another card with Mother. She's resourceful. He knows this about her. King of Swords, winner. Authority, lawyer, teacher, passionate, dark, advisor, and power. And I also got the old crap card. Five of coins. Money problems, struggles, poor health, ruin. So I believe he's suspicious of her as well because of these cards of her past. I just don't know why she has sources. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering because I'll be honest, I've watched documentaries. There was one I haven't. It's still a cold case, but people in the police departments are a part of. Not all of them, but there are ones that do have officers that are connected to the local drug ring, sex ring. They get kickbacks from people, don't arrest. You know what? It's unfortunate that they have a hand in, and there's a documentary that was recent about a young woman. I can't think of. It was in Missouri. I found it for free. I think it was on Prime or on Discovery. So unfortunately, this does happen. That's why you sometimes wonder, why do some of these, people keep getting back on the streets? How come these things are back on the streets? And a lot of times, I'm not saying all of them, but there are ones that we know that are just. I'm just going to go ahead, shuffle, and ask if the authorities of the Dayton Police Department feel they know what happened to Lucas. I mean, who calls off a search for my cards when I asked about the police department just went flying all over the place, on the table, on the floor. Okay. Time to grab on, get a little grounded here. But yeah, my cards just went flying out of my hands when I asked about the police department having an idea who it is. Okay, so let's get. Okay. All right. Does the Dayton Police Department have an idea or have knowledge of what has happened to Lucas Rosales? Look at the first word, y'all. Whistleblower. speaker news. And there's the Knight of Wands again. Inspired, action, traveler. They know, but that first card right off, whistleblower. And there's the King of Cups again. Leader, family man, mature. So they have an idea. And I'm just going to go ahead and ask if there's anybody in the Dayton Police Department / law enforcement, county government. Is there anybody in the Dayton law enforcement? Are they covering for somebody? See what the first card comes up with. I got victory. I asked if somebody knows, somebody involved. And I got victory, news, success, and protect. They're protecting somebody. See? It was kind of hard to see on the card with the glare, but there's the word protect. I'm just protect and serve. I'm not saying all of our men and women in blue. There's some really good ones. I've seen videos. I've seen the documentaries where there are ones that are trying to help with the sex trafficking rings and going after, you know, um, setting up stings and things. And there are pigs on the card. Yeah, Isadora. We don't want to try to, but yeah. Because there are ones who are working hard to try to help end the trafficking. But look at where I live. I just found out recently from a neighbor. Some of y'all know what's been going on, with my place here, that the property management had to have known. But one of my tenants said a few years back, they actually had to bring in the police. They had to take out a guy in cuffs. He had a sawed-off shotgun in one of the apartments just around the corner here in the building here from us. He was selling drugs, and the vehicle that they impounded were the ones that he bought from a police auction from another drug dealer. Not trying to scare the farm animals. Yeah. Curious, use charmer, gossip. Okay, Nine of Swords. This just came out. One of it's military. Someone with information, curious, school, prepared, charmer, gossip. So there's gossip. There's talk going on. So I'm going to ask. The only thing I can do now is just ask if Lucas is going to be found alive. Will Lucas Rosales, the 7-year-old, will he be found alive? Will he be rescued? Will he be reunited with his dad? Well, I got King of Coins, Autumn. Earthly wise, businessman. These cards. And then I get, the moon card. Of course, the top one is dreams and astral travel. But then the second one is secrets, dark thoughts, depression, new moon, full moon, DNA, inheritance, nine of coins. I just hope that someone doesn't try to do a ransom. The father's going to get a letter or, the notification, you know, money, money, disaster, failure, anxiety, painful ending. I don't want to see that. Imprisoned, I mean, Nine of Swords, disaster, failure, painful ending, depressed nightmares, restricted, imprisoned, isolated. Recovery, though. It does say on the bottom recovery. So perhaps by sending prayers, putting as much light around this little young man, and just really asking spirit. This is why I have a hard time accepting the fact that we all come here with a contract. Yes, to a degree, I believe we do. Now, I know this will go against some of my other fellow readers and their beliefs, and even my subscribers, but there are also other forces in this world, whether entities, human entities, that do affect a person's contract or free will. That there are times when somebody will interfere and it can be affected. And because why would somebody come back as a child and be put through stuff? I have an issue with that. I do believe he will be found, but he's going to have a lot of family support, because he's going to have anxiety, nightmares, depression, from being restricted, imprisoned, Wheel of Fortune, Circle of Life, Fate, Karma, changes, positive changes. So you know what? I'm going to end on that. And oh, hi, Melinda. So what we can do? No, you can't come up here right now. Sorry, talking to Mazi. Hi, Sharon. Just about finished. All we can do is go ahead and send as much love and light to this young man and ask that his angels, his protectors, try to ease as much of his pain and what he's going through. Okay, Dina, I see that. And hopefully, with more people sending out that stronger light that can combat that extra dark and might help get, the ball rolling. And so thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody in chat, sharing their insights, coming together. And I'll and Michelle, keep me updated. I'll be looking at that I joined the group too. So, how close to you and Ricky is this child from? I'm not sure what Melinda that is. What you mean by that? So, yeah, for me again, anybody watching, I hate to say it, but this has to be refer to as entertainment purposes only. Um, this is trying to get to the truth, trying to help find out what has happened to this child. And I will be getting into future reads again with true crime and other things that I would love to just expose more, shed light on, to share. Um, it's my platform, it's my channel, and I have things that I'm passionate about. And if it's things that people are uncomfortable with hearing about, then don't come to the channel. But there's a lot of things that I need to use my channel in a positive way to help me with my health. And you had to get up here. He he had to get up here. So you're telling us he's going to be okay. He's going to be found. Okay. So everybody, thank you again for joining me, and I'll keep everybody posted when I find out new things, and keep an eye on this case. And if there are any other cases that the family, especially if the family is open to having people read on, please let me know, and I'll talk to everybody again. I'll be actually doing a live on Friday. Allison from Aries Moon Tarot, Aries Girl Tarot. Oh, Aries Girl Tarot, Allison. She will be joining me on Friday night. So, and I'll talk to everybody later. Again, thank you. Have a good night.